You stupid black. You think saving some random white woman makes you a hero? Dean Patricia Morrison, crisp white designer suit. Dripping diamonds catching the light, ripped Emma's hospital papers in half and hurled them in her face as if they were nothing. You people are like dogs. You don't belong in our university. You skip exams, beg for handouts, then cry racism when we kick you out. I was saving her life. Emma Bradley, 19, black, still in blood-soaked scrubs. Trembling, tears streaking her face, could barely form the words. Morrison snatched Emma's scholarship folder, ripped it open, and dumped the contents straight into the trash. Expelled. Get your black ass out of my office, out of my school. Go back to the streets where you belong. Emma stood there destroyed, humiliated, broken. Staring at 4 years of straight A's, her blood, sweat, and relentless nights of studying scattered in the garbage like they never mattered. But 3 days later, a helicopter landed in Emma's apartment yard. The woman Emma had saved stepped out. She was a billionaire's wife, a force of wealth and influence, and she had come to destroy everyone who hurt Emma. 72 hours earlier, Thursday, 7:23 a.m., Emma's phone screamed at her. Nursing 401 final exam. 8 a.m. late entry not permitted. 37 minutes. Emma threw on yesterday's scrubs, they were the only ones she had. Laundry was a luxury she couldn't afford. Grabbed her backpack. On her desk, a photograph stared back. 9-year-old Emma, with her mother Sarah, before the pneumonia that stole her. Killed because Mama was too afraid of medical bills. I'm going to make it right, Mama. Emma ran into the November cold. Market Street was crowded, packed with commuters. The bus stopped 2 blocks away. She squinted through the sea of rushing bodies. Then she saw her. The woman crumpled against the pharmacy wall. White, expensive coat, in her 50s, dark blood pooling beneath her head. Her iPhone lay shattered beside her. People passed by. A businessman glanced, kept walking. College students didn't even slow down. Nobody stopped. Emma checked her watch. 7:34 a.m., 6 minutes until the bus. The woman's lips moved. Help. Emma dropped her backpack, dropped to her knees. Hands flying through assessment motions, learned over countless sleepless nights. Ma'am, can you hear me? Pulse, weak, thready. Pupils unequal, brain bleed, skin cold, clammy. Shock creeping fast. Emma dialed 911. This is Emma Bradley, nursing student. Unresponsive female, approximately 50. Head trauma, with active bleeding. Unequal pupils. Shock symptoms, possible intracranial hemorrhage. Market Street, 15th Northwest corner. Ambulance 4 minutes out. 4 minutes. Can a brain bleed? 4 minutes meant life or death. Businessman finally stopped. Is she? Your jacket now. Emma wrapped it around the woman, preserving body heat. Positioned her head carefully. Couldn't risk spinal injury, ma'am. Stay with me. What's your name? Eyes fluttered. Elalana Daniel. Eleanor. I'm Emma. I'm not leaving you. Emma pressed against the wound. Blood seeped through her fingers. Scrubs soaked. Her phone lit up. 7:38 a.m. The bus pulled up to the stop. Doors opened, waited. Emma didn't look. The doors closed. The bus drove away. 6 minutes later, the ambulance arrived. What do we got? Lead paramedic Rodriguez knelt beside her. Unresponsive female. Head trauma. Unequal pupils. Weak pulse. Shock. 8 minutes ago, based on blood coagulation, I've maintained pressure, monitored vitals. Rodriguez looked at Emma. Blood on her hands, her face, the calm in her eyes. You saved her life. Seriously, another 10 minutes, and we'd be calling the coroner. Ambulance doors slammed. Wailed. Emma stood alone, blood drying on her hands. Phone exploding with messages. Destiny, where are you? Destiny. Professor Morrison just locked the door. Destiny. Emma, you're missing the exam. The exam had started 4 minutes ago. Emma walked to campus anyway. Harrison Hall, 4th floor, room 402. Door closed. Through the window, classmates bent over exams. Professor Morrison at the front. Emma knocked. Morrison looked up, checked her watch, back to reading. Emma knocked louder. Morrison opened the door to inches. Miss Bradley, you're late. Professor, there was an emergency. A woman. The exam started at 8. It's now 8:14. Late entry not permitted. You received a 0, but I was performing CPR. That was your choice. Your grade stands.
Please.
Door closed. Emma stood there numb, staring at the blood on her hands. Basement apartment. Roommate Destiny waited anxiously. What happened? Emma explained, while washing blood from shaking hands. Email arrived. Office of the Dean. Urgent. Your exam absence resulted in F below 3.0 GPA for scholarship retention. Presidential scholarship $2,800 per semester revoked effective immediately. Arrange $28,000 or appeal in 48 hours. Emma had $340. Destiny grabbed her hand. This is insane. You are saving someone's life, we appeal. Morrison said no, policy is policy. We go over her head. With what leverage, Destiny? I'm a broke black girl on scholarship, but Emma had to try. Friday, 9 a.m., Dean Morrison's office. Emma sat in a leather chair worth more than her apartment, still in blood-stained scrubs. Morrison behind a desk the size of Emma's bed, PhD from Harvard on the wall, photo with the governor, Miss Bradley. 3 minutes, I'm appealing your decision. My exam absence denied. You missed your final. That is fact. Syllabus states late entry not permitted under any circumstances. Emma pulled out her phone. I have photos, hospital documentation. The paramedic said I saved her. Personal emergencies require 24-hour notice. How could I give notice? She was dying. You had a choice. Take your exam or assist a stranger. You chose. That choice has consequences. Emma felt tears burn, so if I'd walked past, let her die, I'd still have my scholarship. You'd have attended your exam. Policy is policy, Miss Bradley. No exceptions. This isn't a story. This is someone's life. Appeal denied. Arrange tuition by Monday, or you'll be withdrawn. Meeting's over. Leave. Emma sat frozen. 3 days later, her mother, Sarah, too thin, too pale, was gone. Pneumonia to sepsis. Treatable if caught early. At the funeral, 9-year-old Emma made a promise. I'm going to be a nurse. Nobody else will wait too long. That promise carried Emma through 4 grueling years of nursing school. Night shifts, living on instant ramen, sleeping on borrowed futons, surviving on sheer determination. That promise was the reason she stopped for Eleanor. That promise now felt suffocated under $28,000 of impossible debt. Emma called Grandma Loretta from her assisted living apartment in Baltimore. Baby, how'd your big exam go? Emma's throat closed. It went, fine, Grandma. I knew it. Your mom was looking down, smiling. A grandbaby about to be a nurse. Emma pressed her hand over her mouth to keep from sobbing. Love you, Grandma. Love you too, baby. Go change the world. Emma hung up and broke down alone, shoulders heaving, tears running unchecked. Friday evening. Emma worked her diner shift anyway. She needed tips. A customer noticed her name tag. Emma, aren't you that girl from the news? He showed his phone. Local Channel 6, nursing student saves woman's life, faces academic consequences. Someone had filmed the ambulance, Emma, covered in blood, posted on TikTok. 3 million views. Comments scrolling endlessly. This is what heroes look like. University should be ashamed. Why isn't anyone helping her? The customer left a $50 tip on a $12 check. You did good, kid, Emma cried alone in the walk-in freezer. Midnight, phone buzzed, unknown number, Miss Bradley. James Sullivan, attorney for Eleanor Richardson, the woman you saved. She'd like to meet you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Emma's heart stopped. It was Eleanor Richardson, the woman you performed CPR on. She's recovering well thanks to you, saw the news. She knows what happened and wants to help. Emma stared at Destiny after hanging up. That was her. The woman I saved. This is your chance, Destiny whispered. No, I didn't help her for a reward. But maybe the universe is giving you something back, Destiny countered. Emma was terrified to hope. Saturday morning. The eviction notice under the door. Rent overdue, $850. Pay by Wednesday or vacate Sunday. Emma lay on the futon doing impossible math. Tuition, $28,000. Rent, $850. Savings, $390. Numbers didn't work. Phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Look outside. Emma walked to the window. The courtyard was chaos. People staring skyward. Then the sound, rhythmic thunder growing louder. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The helicopter descended. Sleek, black, expensive, gold lettering. Richardson Foundation. Rotor wash sent trash spinning violently. Kids pointing. Mrs. Rodriguez clutching her rosary. The door opened. Eleanor Richardson stepped out. Blonde hair, bandaged head, elegant coat. Behind her, a man in a suit, briefcase in hand. Eleanor scanned faces, saw Emma in the window, their eyes locked. She walked straight toward Emma's building. Knock at the door. Emma opened it, shaking. Eleanor Richardson stood there. Behind her, the suited man. Briefcase read, James Sullivan, attorney. Emma Bradley. Emma nodded, voiceless. May we come in? Emma stepped aside, painfully aware of every detail. Peeling paint, thrift store furniture, ramen cups, the single photo taped to the wall. Eleanor looked around, not judging, observing. Eyes lingered on the photo. You have a beautiful smile, Eleanor said softly. Why are you here? Emma asked. I saved my life 3 days ago, Eleanor said, and I found out what it cost you. How did you? The news, social media. Called the university myself. Spoke with Dean Morrison. Emma looked at her feet. Then, I'm glad you're okay, but you didn't need to, Emma whispered. Do you know who I am? Eleanor asked. The woman I helped. That's all I need to know. Eleanor smiled, sad and complicated. My name is Eleanor Richardson. It's my husband Victor, founded Richardson Technologies. We have resources. When I found out you lost your scholarship for saving me, I couldn't let that stand. Sullivan opened his briefcase. Mrs. Richardson would like to help with tuition. No. Emma shook her head hard. I didn't help you for money. Eleanor's eyes filled with respect. I know. That's why I'm here. Because you sacrificed everything for a stranger. But I'm not offering charity, Emma. I'm offering justice. What? Eleanor pulled out a folder. Emma's university records. Morrison denied your appeal in 42 seconds. Never looked at documentation. When I called, asking her to reconsider, she said, and I quote, "We don't make policy exceptions. Even for dramatic rescue stories." Emma's fists clenched. She called saving my life a dramatic rescue story. Eleanor looked at her. So here's what I'm proposing. You don't want charity? Fine, neither do I. I want to change the system so no other student faces this. But I need your permission. Permission for what? To fight publicly, loudly, legally. They punished you for saving me. Let's punish them for punishing you. Emma stared at the billionaire who had landed a helicopter in her courtyard and saw something unexpected, genuine rage on her behalf. What would that look like? Sullivan spoke. We file complaints, expose the university's pattern of denying emergency accommodations, especially to students of color. Press conferences, noise, lots of it, risk destroying any chance at another school. Emma said quietly, or become the reason the next student doesn't have to choose. She looked at the eviction notice, at her revocation email, at the photo of her and Grandma. Go change the world, baby. Okay, she said. Let's fight. Eleanor smiled. Good. I brought a lawyer and I'm not leaving until we have a plan. They sat like generals in Emma's apartment. Sullivan pulled documents. Miss Bradley, your enrollment agreement? Emma found it. Sullivan read. It's making notes. Standard scholarship requires 3.0 GPA. Absence policy. Emergencies may be considered with documentation. That's our opening. Eleanor leaned forward. James, what do we know about Morrison? Sullivan pulled another folder. Dean for 8 years. No major scandals, but he spread papers. I pulled data on accommodation denials over 5 years. Striking pattern. Excel sheets. Demographic breakdowns. 52 students denied emergency accommodations. 43 were students of color. 83% 9 white students. Of those 9, 6 received informal makeups, never documented. Emma felt sick. They quietly helped white students, not ignored, actively punished. Sullivan pulled meeting minutes, FOIA requests, faculty meeting last year. White student missed exam for car accident. We should be flexible. Everyone deserves compassion. 3 weeks later, black student missed exam for apartment evacuation. We can't set precedents. Policy is policy. Eleanor's face went stone cold. Recordings, audio files, so all legal. Sullivan clicked his laptop. She's a good kid. Let's give her a chance. Different meeting. These students need to learn personal responsibility. Same policy, different enforcement. Textbook discrimination. Emma's hands shook. I thought I was the only one. You're not, Sullivan said softly. You're just the first with someone powerful enough to make them pay attention. Sullivan closed his laptop. Recommendation: don't ask for personal exception. Demand systemic change. New policy: protecting all students. Independent review of past denials. Emma's scholarship reinstated as part of a settlement. They'll never agree, Emma said. Eleanor smiled. Sharp. Dangerous. Then we make them, Sullivan called. University President Dr. Richard Carver at 9 a.m. Speakerphone on? It's Dr. Carver, James Sullivan, attorney for Eleanor Richardson and Emma Bradley. Regarding Miss Bradley's scholarship revocation. Student matters are confidential, Carver interrupted smoothly. Dean Morrison. Morrison denied Bradley's appeal without reviewing documentation. We have hospital records, paramedic statements, photographic evidence of life-saving CPR. This warrants reconsideration. Our policies are clear. Can't make exceptions, Carver said, ice cold. I'm also calling for Eleanor Richardson. Its foundation donated $50 million to your institution. Mrs. Richardson was the individual whose life Miss Bradley saved. She's deeply concerned. Long pause, I see. We appreciate Mrs. Richardson's recovery, Carver said. Mrs. Richardson is suspending all future donations pending resolution. Additionally, we are prepared to file Title V civil rights complaints regarding discriminatory enforcement of absence policies. We have 5 years of data showing systematic racial bias. Papers rustled. Carver's smoothness vanished. It's very serious, a very serious problem. Bradley's scholarship reinstated, policy changes implemented. Review of past cases, or we do this publicly with federal investigation. Your choice. 72 hours. Sullivan hung up. Now, they waited. Someone leaked the story. Philadelphia Inquirer. Student loses scholarship after saving billionaire's life. CNN. University faces backlash over heartless policy. Facebook under siege. Comments, that girl is a hero. Racist university punishes black student. Emma's TikTok exploded. 400,000 followers? 8 million views? Comments, vicious too? Playing the race card? Should have called 911 and kept going. Emma stopped reading. President Carver released a statement. We are reviewing Miss Bradley's case and our policies to ensure fairness. We look forward to dialogue with the Richardson Foundation. PR nonsense. No apology. No action. Behind the scenes, board meeting. Morrison called in. Trustee Margaret Reynolds. You've created a nightmare. Billionaire threatening 50 million. Students protesting. Media calling us racist. Explain Morrison defensive. I followed policy. Trustee Howard Langford. Nobody cares. Fix this. Offer her scholarship back. Morrison, if we reverse, we look weak. Every student will expect exceptions. Margaret, then maybe our policy is the problem. Silence. Carver, Patricia. Offer Bradley a makeup exam confidentially. Make this go away. Morrison smiled thinly. Course. Morrison called Emma. Miss Bradley, we've reconsidered. We'll offer a makeup exam. Emma's heart leaped. When Friday, however, conditions. We'll sign an NDA. Refrain from media contact. Accept this as full resolution. Scholarship reinstatement contingent on passing. Committee will review, but we need assurances this matter is closed. No press, no social media complications. You want me quiet? I want you to move forward. If I don't sign, original decision stands. Expelled. And frankly, with disciplinary issues. In failed course, other universities won't be eager to accept a transfer. Take this, or never be a nurse anywhere. Emma hung up without answering, stared at the NDA. Morrison's email, shut up or lose everything. Destiny came home, what's wrong? They offered a makeup. If I sign an NDA, promise never to talk about this. What will you do? Emma thought about her mother, her grandma, the 51 other students denied and silenced. She called Eleanor. They offered a deal. Make up if I stay quiet. Will you take it? What happens if I don't? Fight harder. Go public. Demand real change, but it'll get worse. They'll attack your character. Try to destroy you. If you sign, you get your degree. Move on. No one would blame you. Emma thought about 9-year-old her at Mama's funeral. I'm going to help people no matter what. I'm not signing, she said, Eleanor's voice filled with fierce energy. And let's show them what a mistake they made. Eleanor's press conference. 10 a.m., Emma beside her, terrified. Cameras everywhere. Richardson Foundation podium. 3 weeks ago, nursing student Emma Bradley saved my life. I had a brain aneurysm, collapsed on a street. Dozens walked past. Emma stopped. She missed her exam, her scholarship, her future, her promise to her dying mother, and saved my life. Pause. Silence. University of Pennsylvania expelled her. When I investigated, I found worse than one bad decision. I found a pattern. A system that chews up students of color while protecting privileged students. Eleanor looked at the cameras. You want to know what I learned? Bleeding on that sidewalk? Kindness should never cost more than cruelty. Right now at this university, it does. Today. I'm announcing the Compassionate Action Scholarship, $10 million for students who face consequences for helping others. Emma will be first, but there will be more. We're demanding policy changes so no student chooses between saving a life and their future. Reporter, are you suing? Not yet, but if they don't act. Absolutely. Emma stepped forward, hand shaking. I didn't help Mrs. Richardson for money. I helped because she was dying. That's what nurses do. If this university thinks that was wrong, I, Dan T., want to be part of a system that teaches students to walk past dying people. Explosion. By Wednesday afternoon, hashtag Justice for Emma was trending nationwide. Emma's phone exploded with interview requests. Good Morning America, CNN, everyone. University Instagram was a war zone. Comments, I'm a nurse, and this makes me sick. Expel the dean, not the hero. Thursday morning, 200 students walked out. Signs everywhere. Kindness isn't a crime. We stand with Emma. Professor Maria Rivera spoke through a megaphone. We teach students to save lives first. Then this university punishes Emma for doing exactly that. Hypocrisy so loud, the crowd roared. 40 professors signed an open letter demanding reform. The Pennsylvania NACP labeled the university's actions systematic discrimination. Sullivan released the data report. 5 years of denials, charts, emails. A UDIO, a blueprint of bias disguised as fair policy. It went viral. Carver scrambled for damage control. We are committed to fairness. Independent review initiated. We value Miss Bradley's heroism. No one bought a word. Comment sections shredded the university's polished lies. The board called an emergency meeting for Monday, and Emma was invited to speak. Friday evening, Eleanor found Emma mid-panic attack, shaking on the couch. I can't do this. Everyone's watching. What if I ruin everything? Eleanor sat beside her, holding her trembling hands. Emma, breathe. You already did the impossible. You stopped when everyone else kept walking. Everything after that is just noise. Emma inhaled, exhaled. Tried again. What if they don't change anything? Then we tried, Eleanor whispered. Trying matters, but they will change. Everyone's watching. They can't hide anymore. Emma wanted to believe her. But across campus, Dean Morrison was preparing for war. She pulled Emma's entire academic file for years and began crafting a weapon. A late paper during sophomore year submitted 12 hours after Grandma was hospitalized. Morrison's note, pattern of disregard for deadlines, junior year. Emma questioned a flawed test question. Professor agreed, key was changed. Morrison's note, argumentative toward faculty. Freshman year, an unpaid parking ticket, despite Emma not owning a car, dismissed. Morrison's note, disrespect for rules. She cherry-picked every professor, every incident, carefully twisting each truth. Professor Collins described Emma as assertive. Morrison rewrote it as aggressive, confrontational. Emma requested diverse case studies because textbooks had 0 black patients. Morrison rewrote, identity politics demands special treatment. 20 pages of character assassination. She scheduled an academic standards review for Monday morning. Formal, binding, brutal, and deliberately didn't tell Emma. No warning, no representation. Let's see how your billionaire helps now. Emma walked in expecting a normal meeting. Instead, she froze. A long table, 5 people, Morrison, 3 faculty, University Legal Counsel. What is this? Academic Standards Review Board hearing, Morrison said. Please sit. Emma sat, heart slamming against her ribs. She reached for her phone. Phone's away, legal counsel said. Confidential proceeding. Morrison opened the dossier. Ms. Bradley, you've demonstrated a pattern of behavioral issues. What issues? Emma whispered. Late submissions. Questioning faculty. Unpaid fines. Requests for special accommodations. That late paper, my grandmother was hospitalized. We're not debating incidents. We're examining the pattern. What pattern? My GPA is 3.8. Legal counsel leaned forward. Academic performance isn't our sole concern. Character matters. Emma felt herself tipping toward panic. Collins cleared his throat. Bright, he said, but combative. Challenges curriculum. Shows entitlement. Entitlement. Emma's voice cracked. Asked for diverse case studies. Because the textbook had 0 black patients, you demanded changes for personal views, Collins replied. I asked for better education. Miss Bradley, Morrison snapped. Control your tone. This outburst proves exactly what we're discussing. Emma looked around 5 white faces, already convinced. This wasn't a review. It was a trap. Morrison leaned forward. We're offering you an option. Withdraw, voluntarily. We'll seal your record with a neutral notation. Personal reasons. You can reapply elsewhere. You want me to quit? You want to resolve this gracefully? And if I don't? Morrison's smile was razor thin. Then we proceed with formal dismissal for conduct violations. It will appear in your records. Most nursing programs will reject you. You're blackmailing me. We're offering a professional exit, legal counsel said coldly. Board hearing is in 6 hours. Your choice. Emma could barely breathe. This is retaliation. This is standard process. Timing is coincidental, Morrison lied. You have 24 hours, she finished. Sign the withdrawal or face dismissal. The meeting adjourned. Emma stood on shaking legs and stumbled into the hallway, gasping. 3 missed calls from Eleanor. Emma called back. They ambushed me. They built a whole case. If I don't withdraw, they'll expel me for conduct violations and I'll never get into another program. Silence. Then Eleanor's voice, glacial. Where are you? Outside Morrison's office. Stay there. I'm sending Sullivan. Do not sign anything, Emma. They just made this so much worse for themselves. Emma sat on a bench. Students whispered, pointed, her phone buzzed. Grandma Loretta. Baby, I saw you on TV. I'm so proud, Grandma. I can't. Emma broke down. What's wrong? Emma told her everything, the ambush, the threats, the future crumbling. Loretta sighed softly. Your mama used to say, the right thing and the easy thing are rarely the same. She said it before she died. She knew she should have gone to the doctor. But she said, at least I can tell Emma I tried. Emma cried. I don't know if I can keep trying. It's too hard. Then stop, Grandma whispered. I won't love you any less. You've done more than anyone should. But you can't change the world if you break yourself doing it. But what about the other students? Whatever you decide, I'm proud, baby. Emma hung up, torn in half. 15 minutes later, Sullivan arrived. Show me everything, he read, face darkening. This is witness intimidation. They're trying to scare you quiet before the hearing. Can they expel me? Technically, maybe, but everything Morrison cited is weak. A good lawyer could shred it. What do I do? What do you want? Emma thought of her mother, of Eleanor's collapse, of every student silenced before her. I want to fight. Then we fight. Meanwhile, in the Richardson penthouse, Eleanor paced as Victor read the report. "They're trying to destroy her," she said. Victor looked up, troubled. "This is bad. Maybe we should." "Should what?" "Let them win." "We started this war," Eleanor said, voice low, simmering. "I've spent 30 years writing checks, endowing scholarships, sitting on boards, feeling like I made a difference. You have?" "No?" Victor asked. "No, I made myself feel better. The systems never changed. They just got better at hiding cruelty." She turned to him, eyes fierce. "If I walk away now, what was the point of her saving me?" Victor's jaw tightened. "What will you do?" "Something I should have done years ago." Eleanor pulled out her phone. "Stop asking politely," she called Sullivan. "James, release everything. Full data, audio recordings. Every discriminatory case from the last 5 years. Everything." Sullivan hesitated. "Eleanor, that's nuclear. Good. I don't want to come back. I want to burn down every system that lets people like Morrison thrive." "Do it." She hung up, looked at Victor. "I'm done playing nice." 3 p.m. Monday. Sullivan sent the full report to every media outlet. Systematic discrimination. University of Pennsylvania's fair policies mask racial bias. 68 students denied accommodations in 5 years. 82% were students of color. White students got informal accommodations, 6 times the rate. Average denial, 0.8 days for students of color versus 3.2 for white students. Audio reveals faculty using biased language. Media detonation was immediate. CNN, breaking audio reveals racial bias in university enforcement. MSNBC, new data shows systematic discrimination. Clips went viral, faculty discussing appeals. "He's a good kid, good family. Work with him." White student missed exam for family trip responsibility. Not favors. Black student missed exam for grandmother's funeral, punishment ensues. Social media exploded. Proof. Actual racism. Listen up, everyone who said Emma played the race card. University phone lines crashed. Carver's office under siege. 4 p.m. the students acted. Nursing students first, then professors, then pre-meds, political science, education, law. By 4:30, 800 students packed the administration steps. Professor Maria Rivera with a megaphone. "We teach students to save lives. Then this institution punishes Emma Bradley for embodying everything we value." The crowd roared. The data confirmed what black students had known. The system was rigged. Policy was code for discrimination. Students chanted, "Justice for Emma." News helicopters circled overhead. The story was everywhere. Inside, Carver watched, pale. Now, Board of Trustees convening emergency session in 30 minutes. "How did this get so out of control?" he muttered. Eleanor stood at the crowd's back, watching Emma beside her, overwhelmed, terrified, amazed. "I didn't want this," Emma whispered. "You're not the center," Eleanor said gently. "This isn't about you anymore. It's about every student they crushed. You gave them a voice." Kesha Williams from the NAACP appeared on Eleanor's phone. Department of Education opened a formal Title VI investigation. University has 30 days to respond or face federal sanctions. Eleanor's eyes widened. That fast? Data is irrefutable. Media attention, they can't ignore it. Kesha looked at Emma, holding up "I don't know." "They tried to make me withdraw this morning. Conduct violations." Kesha's expression hardened. "Textbook retaliation. You can file a separate complaint." "I just want to finish school, be a nurse." "Then let's make sure you can." Kesha pulled out her tablet. "Board hearing tonight, 7 p.m. They moved it up, probably hoping to quiet things before protest grows." "Emma, you need to speak. Tell your story." Emma looked at the crowd, signs, students chanting her name. "I can't do this alone," she whispered. "You're not alone," Eleanor said firmly. "That's the point. Board emergency meeting." Trustee Margaret Reynolds slammed a folder. 82%. "How did none of us see this? We trusted Morrison." Trustee Langford started. "Morrison is suspended?" President Carver interrupted. "As of 2 hours ago, silence." "You suspended her without board approval?" Langford asked. "Didn't have a choice. Media calling for heads. Do investigating. Donors pulling funding. We're hemorrhaging money and credibility." Trustee Daniel Foster leaned forward. "Public hearing in 90 minutes. What's our plan?" Carver looked around. "Offer Bradley full reinstatement. Formal apology. Policy changes. Independent review board. That's capitulation." Langford protested. "That's survival." Margaret shot back. "We don't have leverage. Data's out. Audio's out. We either get ahead or we get destroyed." Langford's face read, "Dangerous precedent." "The dangerous precedent is what we've already set. Punishing students of color for things excused in white students. That ends now." Carver looked sick. "Vote. All in favor of full reinstatement and immediate policy suspension?" 8 hands went up. 3 remained down. Langford and 2 others. Motion passed, but Carver knew the real battle was just beginning. Emma sat in the room, hands shaking. Eleanor beside her. Sullivan reviewing notes. Destiny holding her hand. I can't do this. I'll forget everything. Emma, Eleanor faced her, voice fierce. You don't need perfect speech, just truth, that's all. What if truth isn't enough? And we tried. But Emma, it will be enough. Everyone's watching. They can't hide, knock. University official, it's time. Emma stood on trembling legs. Destiny squeezed her hand. Go change the world. Emma inhaled, held her breath, and walked into the hearing room. Auditorium packed. 500 people in a 300-person space. Cameras everywhere. Live streams on every phone. Board of trustees on stage like judges. 12 faces, mostly white, mostly old, visibly uncomfortable. Chair Langford took the microphone. This hearing is called to order. We're addressing concerns regarding emergency accommodation policies in Miss Emma Bradley's case. We value transparency, someone shouted from the back. Justice for Emma. The crowd erupted. Justice for Emma. Langford waited 2 long minutes for silence. We'll hear testimony from multiple parties. I ask for civility. Emma sat in the front row, frozen. Eleanor's hand rested on her shoulder, steadying her trembling. University lawyer William Brennan stepped forward, smooth, confident. Our policies apply equally to all students, regardless of race, gender, or background. Miss Bradley's case, while unfortunate, does not indicate systematic bias. Every student is held to the same standard. A PowerPoint clicked. Past year, 12 emergency accommodations granted. Kesha Williams stood, voice firm. How many were denied? Brennan paused. That's not relevant. Answer the question, Kesha insisted. Langford intervened. Miss Williams, hold questions for testimony. Period. Kesha turned to the crowd. 68 denied. 82% were students of color. Those are the numbers they've been hiding. The audience erupted. Brennan's carefully rehearsed speech collapsed. He slumped back in his chair. Eleanor walked to the microphone. Absolute silence. She looked small on stage. Simple black slacks, crisp white blouse, the scar on her head still visible. Eleanor gripped the podium, eyes blazing. My name is Eleanor Richardson. 3 weeks ago, I was dying on a Philadelphia sidewalk. Her voice was steady, crystal clear. I had a brain aneurysm, collapsed, bleeding out. Dozens of people walked past, checked phones, kept walking like I was invisible. People leaned forward, captivated. Then Emma Bradley stopped. She missed her final exam. The exam that meant keeping her scholarship, staying in school, becoming the nurse she promised her dying mother. She stopped. She saved my life. Her voice broke slightly. Doctors told me I had maybe 15 minutes. Brain bleeds. Don't wait. Emma gave me those 15 minutes, and this university punished her for it. Eleanor's eyes swept across the room. Bored faces in the audience. I've spent 30 years donating to institutions like this, writing checks, feeling like I made a difference. But I wasn't. I was enabling systems that protect people like me and crush people like Emma. She held up the report. 82%. That's how many students of color were denied compared to white students. Same policies, different enforcement. That's not fairness. That's discrimination with a syllabus. Pause. Let it sink in. You want to know what I learned bleeding on that sidewalk? Kindness should never cost more than cruelty. Right now at this university, it does. It costs scholarships, futures, everything. Eyes blazing, Eleanor demanded, reinstate Emma Bradley immediately. Suspend current policy. Review every denial from 5 years. Create independent oversight board run by students, not administrators. And if you don't, the Richardson Foundation pulls every dollar. 50 million current, 100 million planned, gone. I'll personally fund legal challenges to every discriminatory decision. She stepped back. Auditorium erupted. Applause, cheers, students rising to their feet. Students came forward to testify, each with stories proving Emma wasn't alone. Maya Gonzalez, Latina Jr., missed organic chemistry final, donating bone marrow to my sister. 8 weeks notice. Documentation denied. Failed. Lost prem to track. No one cared. Tyler Anderson, Latino senior, 5 minutes late, stopped campus suicide attempt. Security statement. Locked out. It's a failed course. Extra semester. Cost me a job offer. Ashley Monroe, white senior. I missed exam. Junior year. Family emergency. No documentation. Professor emailed, take it whenever. No process. It's no penalties. I'm white. I didn't know others weren't getting same treatment until Emma's story. I'm ashamed. I benefited from a system I didn't know existed. That's white privilege. That's what we're talking about. Confessions hit harder than accusations. More students, more stories, undeniable pattern. Emma stood, legs trembling, and walked to the microphone. 500 watching. Cameras everywhere. Bored faces staring. She gripped the podium, tried to speak. Nothing. Whisper, I didn't want any of this. Tech booth turned up the mic. I just wanted to be a nurse. That's all. Emma looked at her hands, remembering the pressure, Eleanor's weak pulse, the blood. My mom, Sarah, died when I was 9. Pneumonia sepsis. She waited too long, scared of bills. I watched her die because she was poor. I promised at her funeral I'd become a nurse so nobody else would wait. So nobody else would die from being poor. She looked at the bored faces. When I saw Mrs. Richardson on that sidewalk, I saw my mom. Every person who dies because nobody stops, because everyone's too busy, too scared, too selfish. Her voice grew stronger. I knew I'd miss my exam, knew what it had cost. But I can live in a world where my degree matters more than someone's life. That's what this university teaches. I don't want to be here. Hands gripped the podium, knuckles white. I'm not fighting for me. I'm fighting for the next student who has to choose. For Maya, who lost Prem saving her sister. For Tyler, who stopped a suicide and failed. For every student you crushed for having courage to help fix your policy. Not for me. I'll survive. Fix it for every student coming after. Fix it because lives matter more than rules. Fix it because if you don't, you're teaching students to walk past dying people to protect grades. And if that's your lesson, this institution doesn't deserve to exist. Emma stepped back. The auditorium erupted. Students on feet, cheering, crying. Faculty applauded. Some board members moved. She walked back, shaking, barely able to stand. Eleanor caught her. You did it. Perfect. Langford gave 5 minutes for order. Board would deliberate. Margaret Reynolds stood. No, we vote now. Public vote. Langford, furious. That's not. I move for immediate policy suspension and full reinstatement of Emma Bradley's scholarship effective immediately, Reynolds said. Daniel Foster seconded. The cameras rolling, crowd watching. All in favor? 9 hands. Opposed? 2 hands, Langford and 1 other. Motion passes, auditorium exploded. Carver stood defeated. Effective immediately, University of Pennsylvania suspends current emergency absence policy. Compassionate action protocol implemented. Students who miss obligations to assist in documented emergencies receive automatic accommodation. Independent review board, majority student and faculty. Will examine all past denials. Cheers, tears, hugs, justice, finally. More applause. Carver looked at Emma. We extend a formal apology to Miss Emma Bradley and all students harmed. Miss Bradley, your full scholarship is reinstated with back payment for expenses. Emma sat stunned. Over she'd won. Side room, Emma and Eleanor alone. You changed the system, Eleanor said. Emma shook her head. We did. No, you saved my life. Everything else was returning the favor. Silence. The board asked me to join as a trustee to oversee reforms, Emma said. That's perfect, Eleanor replied. Emma looked up shocked. Why? Eleanor sat beside her. Because I've spent 30 years on boards writing checks, feeling important. Nothing fundamentally changed. Same systems crushing same people. Better PR. Took your hand. Real change doesn't come from billionaires supervising. It comes from people like you. People with actual stakes having power. So the Richardson Foundation is creating a new fund. $50 million for legal defense, scholarships, advocacy run by students and affected communities, not by me. Will you join the board? Equal vote with everyone, including me? Yes, yes. Eleanor smiled. Good, because we have work to do. Spring semester. Emma walked into nursing ethics class. Professor Wilson, young and idealistic, smiled. Today we're discussing real-world ethical dilemmas. Emma, you've lived through a public example. Share your perspective. All eyes turned. It wasn't a dilemma. Someone was dying. I stopped. That's what you do. But it cost you? No. It cost me a scholarship I got back. Sleep, stress, fear. But it didn't cost my humanity. If I'd walked past Mrs. Richardson, I'd have passed my exam and failed myself. Silence. Student raised hand. Do you regret it? Emma smiled. Never. Not for 1 second. Different day. Tyler Anderson and statistics final. Phone buzzed. Emergency, brother in hospital. Professor saw his face, nodded. Family first? Take the exam next week. No appeals, no paperwork, no punishment, just humanity. New policy working. Every Friday, Emma and Eleanor met at a neighborhood cafe. Eleanor showed her tablet. 863 applications. Compassionate Action Scholarship. Stories scrolled. Student help during wildfire evacuation, intervened in domestic violence, stayed with car accident victim, all punished, all now supported. There are so many, Emma whispered. There always were. We finally see them, Eleanor said, squeezing her hand, and we're helping. So much work to do. Emma walked to clinical rotation at Philadelphia General, past the market, past 15th Street, the spot where she found Eleanor. A small mural on the pharmacy wall, hands reaching out underneath. Kindness was here. Emma touched it, smiled, kept walking. An elderly woman struggled with groceries, breathing hard. Emma didn't hesitate. Ma'am, let me help. Woman's face lit with relief. Thank you. Most people just walk past. Emma carried the bags 3 blocks, 15 minutes late. Supervisor smiled. Good work, Bradley. That's what nurses do Sunday. Emma took the train to Baltimore. Grandma Loretta's new facility, nicer. Stipend helped. Room had news clippings taped up. Emma at hearing Emma with Eleanor, policy change headlines. Baby, your mama's looking down, smiling so big. Emma curled beside her grandmother. I'm graduating in May. Top of my class. Job offer. Pediatric R at Children's Hospital. Emergency room? That's hard, Loretta said. That's where people need help most. Seconds matter. Stopping makes the difference. Where stopping saves lives. I already am, Grandma. 1 year later, montage. University of Pennsylvania, new policy working. Students helping without fear. Nationwide, 43 universities adopted compassionate action protocols. News, movement spreads. Legislatures, 3 states passed Student Good Samaritan Protection Acts. Emma, now RN, off shift at Children's Hospital. Bust home, better neighborhood, shared with Destiny in law school. Helicopter sound, whoop whoop whoop. Looked up, laughing. Copter descended, same one from a year ago. Neighbors cheered, kids waved. Mrs. Rodriguez. Eleanor Esta Aqui, community painted landing zone. Ella Laner's spot in yellow. Door opened. Laner stepped out, grinning, carrying a folder. Emma walked over. Where's the fun? Laner said, hugging her, handed him a folder. Congress votes next month on Federal Student Good Samaritan Act. Your Senate testimony pushed it through committee. This is going national. Emma stared, tears forming. I thought we were just changing one school. You changed the conversation, Eleanor said. National policy follows consciousness. You created that. Eleanor took her hand. Come on, celebration dinner. Victor's bringing Daniel. Destiny's meeting us. Grandma Loretta's on video. Emma looked around courtyard. Painted landing spot. Eleanor by the life started with one choice on a cold Thursday. Stop or keep running. She'd stopped and changed everything. Emma looked at camera, hospital badge on scrubs. If you're watching, you'll face a choice like mine. You'll see someone who needs help, and you'll have somewhere else to be. Here's what I learned. The world changes when ordinary people refuse to walk past. When someone stops, when everyone keeps going, smiled. Be the person who stops. Statistics overlay. Compassionate Action Foundation helped 863 students nationwide. 43 universities adopted protection policies. Federal Student Good Samaritan Act pending because Emma Bradley stopped running. Emma's story started with one choice. It ended with national policy change. Hundreds of students protected. What would you have done? Drop a comment, subscribe. More stories like Emma's need telling. Stories of ordinary people creating extraordinary change. This story was brought to you by Fate Tales, where ordinary people make extraordinary change. Subscribe and hit the bell to see more real-life heroes, the choices that define us, and the courage that inspires a nation. See you next time.